Hello and welcome to On Air Farbrengen, Episode 1. I'm here with Rabbi Yossi Winner, and we'd like to share some Torah. So, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to ask you a question. We're going to get right into it. Rabbi, what is it that a Jew coming from all different walks of life feels called to do a mitzvah? And where does one start?
So to answer your question of where does one start, it's important to start with doing something good, with doing a good deed, with doing a mitzvah. No matter in what place a person finds themselves, we begin doing the mitzvah to the fullest extent in the best of our capabilities. But the Rambam teaches something very fascinating, that a person should perceive the world and himself like it's a complete balance between good and evil, and the one good deed that the person does will impact, will change, will have a phenomenal influence on himself and the entire world. So therefore, the one mitzvah, the one good deed, it doesn't matter what background the person comes from, that one good thing that a person does has a impactful effect on not just himself, but everyone around him as well.
So why does one small deed matter so much?
It's a good question. Chassidus explains in a deeper way. We must take a step back and analyze this in a different perspective, and then we'll see the significance of my or your individual personal good deeds. So what is the purpose of creation? Our sages teach us, it's brought down in Medrash, that the purpose of creation is to create a humble abode, is to create a home for God, for godliness, for selflessness, for holiness, for spirituality. And where is that made? Where does a person make the home for God? The Medrash says, bitachtonim, in the lower realms, in the corporeal realm, in this physical world.
Here we are.
One more time.
Here we are.
So here we are, exactly. We're down here in the physical, mundane worlds. And we came from a different place. We originated from a world of spirituality, of godliness, of unity, of oneness, and here we are in a segregated world where everyone is their own identity, so to say, and somehow we unite. Somehow we bring holiness, we bring Hashem into the world. And how do we do that? How do we fulfill the purpose, the mission of creation? So the Torah tells us that we have 613 good deeds, commandments. The word in Hebrew for good deeds is mitzvah. Mitzvah means commandment. But many of us are not comfortable, or it's hard for us when someone is superimposing a commandment upon us. It's not that comfortable. So what is it about God? What is it about Hashem giving us commandments? Is it a superimposing commandment to us to fulfill, or there's something deeper? Chassidus explains that the word commandment also means the word connection, savsa, to connect. So the 613 good deeds is really an opportunity for us to reveal godliness, to connect our physical world, our personal space, and connect that with with godliness, with Hashem. And how is this done? By each and every one of us, no matter in what place we find ourselves, when we do a good deed, and when we bring godliness inside of us, then we make a home, then we fulfill the mission. Now, if we think about the impact, where is the greatest impact between godliness and the lower realms? Is it with a person who is practicing, who is very involved? Of course. But there's something beautiful about a person, an individual, who is in the lower realms, who is very far. Not that a person should be there, but if they find themselves there, to be in the lower realms, then the impact of the mission, the purpose of the mission, is in a much stronger light than any other situation. So therefore, a person should be motivated. If a person is is in a lower realm, in a far physical place, away from godliness, away from Hashem, away from unity. So then if he or she imagines and thinks about the importance of the impact of the mission, then that would motivate a person, that would give a person strength to even do one good deed, like Maimonides mentioned, how much that matters. And in that specific place, how low, so to say, a person finds themselves, there the mission shines in a brighter place than any other place else.
Psh, you said it, Rabs. Wow. I think that wraps it up, but where does one begin? Perhaps we can tackle that next episode on Farbrengen on Air and discuss what the appropriate first mitzvot would be. But I do think you hit it on the head, which is just start. Just take one good deed. Next time you walk by somebody on the street, reach down and give a little tzedakah. And that's the start.
Yes, thank you, Josh. We'll continue next week with our next episode. And looking forward, very exciting, to the beginning, to the start of Farbrengen on Air. L'chaim.
L'chaim, Rabbi. See you next time.